Good morning, everyone. This is Kendall Askins from Stimulating Minds. Askins Stimulates over on Instagram, and I am joining you for another Wednesday morning conversation. I'm so excited to be here. I am tired today, but it is all good. I'm excited to still be here with you guys. We have started a series through the book Awakening Genius, and this series I thought it was important to share with you guys because we've been talking just about different aspects of how to look at life and how to look at relationships and interactions with different people, and so I thought that this book would be great to share because this gives us insight into how people think and how people contribute into the world. So today we're going to get right into the first type of genius. Last week we talked about genius in a little bit of a different form, and so other than just academic. And so today we're going to talk about the first quality or first type of genius that there is out in the world. And that is a person who is a genius in terms of curiosity. So curiosity, when we think about that, I know the first thing that comes to my mind is Curious George, right? And that is a perfect example. Curious George, if you haven't heard of that, that's that monkey and the man in the yellow hat. And Curious George, when we think of him, we always think of trouble, right? He's always doing something. He is always into something. And we often read the books and we laugh, right? But if we think about people in real life that are like Curious George, we often find ourselves being annoyed, right, by their presence. And so thinking about natural curiosity, that's a person that's always into something, and almost to the point that you might find yourself trying to discourage them from being into something. I want to let you know that genius behavior looks like them possibly appearing off task, them appearing to be very silly, and them appearing to be almost rude in the terms of not paying attention to what's happening in the present moment, right? So people who have this genius and curiosity, if you can think of someone who's like that, where you're just feel kind of like, oh my goodness, they're always doing something, they might be a genius in curiosity. But I want to encourage you to look at these people from a different perspective. Curiosity is not that they're intending to be rude or intending to be off task. It's that they are very curious about the world around them. And so whenever they are interacting with something or whenever they see something, it raises a question for them, right? And so even though they're present in the moment, their attention gravitates towards things that they have questions about. So if you think about Curious George, right? I remember there was one book and it was like he was making bread or something, and then he had the flour, and it was like he was so curious about the texture of the flour that he ended up playing with it even more, and it got everywhere, and he saw how it stuck to everything, and the more that he played in that flour, the more curious he got about the things that flour did. And so when you think about a person that is curious, I want to encourage you, if you're interacting with somebody who appears to just have questions that are off task or seems to come from left field, they seem to not paying attention, take a step back, right, and breathe and appreciate how they are looking at the world, right, and how they are interacting with the world, because that means that they're constantly trying to learn more around what's around them, right? And just because we don't think in that manner doesn't mean that there's not a space for that. And so I want you to now, and it's as simple as that. So I want you to now, as you are going about your, day, if you have that person that you've interacted with that has fit some of these qualities, or maybe you're that person, right, whom you always find yourself with questions in your mind. You always find yourself asking something that seems to be off topic. People sometimes find that you think that you're rude because you're not paying attention to them. You might be a genius in terms of your curiosity, and that is your superpower. So embrace it. Recognize the time and place, but never stop asking those questions. So that's all I have for you guys this morning. I hope that gave you something to think about. As I said, there are 12 types of genius. So we started with curiosity. So for those curiosity geniuses out there, keep being curious, and I will see you guys back here next Wednesday for more fun. Bye, everyone.